Hello, 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 ladies, gents, boys, girls, welcome along to a Monday night live stream. I know we don't usually do these, but because we are nearing the end of the championship and we need to be doing the best that we possibly can, scoring as many points. I do apologise, I'm looking down here. I'm just quickly posting via my mobile the link to the stream. There we go, that's all done. But yes, we are racing in what is the UK heatwave. It's over 30 degrees here. I think it's 32, 33 degrees when I last looked at the temperature outside. It's probably just as hot here in this room right now as the PC's been going on all day, working, obviously. And now I've got the fun of doing this race. So I've got my best gym gear. I've got the Under Armour heat gear on to try and keep myself as cool as I possibly can, ready for today's race. Right, I need to very quickly try and remember off the top of my head what's the amount of fuel was that we took in our last race when we ran this exact race last Thursday. We are doing this race again. Although we won Thursday evening and we scored a good haul of points, we do be scoring as many points as we possibly can, and when there's basically a chance for people to be scoring more points than us in a race, we need to make sure that we are... What should I say? Sorry, let me start all this again. When you go and do one of these online championship races, the amount of points that you actually score, or can potentially score in any particular round, is based on the strength of field of the people that are there in your server. The better the strength of field, the more points you can potentially score depending on your result. So, yeah, with some more people coming and doing this race than there were last week, some higher rated people that is, we basically need to get in and here and do what we can, try and win again, or at least score P2 to basically hold off the potential threat of Banani picking up the championship lead. I mean, he's there ahead of us if we discount that, if we take the drop round away, or the lowest, the lowest number of points. So he is ahead of me at the moment by a handful of points, but in order to try and keep the championship fight alive, I need to be racing when he is racing and seeing if we can potentially outscore him. So we're doing this race here in the ELMS series in Le Mans Ultimate, the online championship, ELMS online championship. This is the 7th round. We've got one more round on Thursday and next Monday. However, I won't be doing Thursday's race because I'll be down in Exeter. So it all hinges on tonight and next Monday night's race as to how the championship actually goes down. Hopefully we can have another good result here this evening. As I've been saying, this is a multi-class series, 3 classes, LMP2, there's 13 of those. We're in the LMP3 class, there's 10 of us in total, including Banani. We've got Nergard in here, and Andre Dixon Chen is another one we've seen, and a few other drivers as well who have got pretty good ratings. So hopefully we can score more points this evening, providing we can convert on a good result. And then there are 21 GT3s. It's going to be an hour and 40 minutes, so it's going to be absolute hell with the temperatures that this room is likely going to go up to throughout this race. Thankfully, the sun will be starting to set soon, and hopefully the temperatures outside will cool. I've just opened up the window just before the start of the stream in order to hopefully get some of the cooler air from outside coming into this room. Try and help modulate the temperatures a little bit. I've got 2 fans on me, blowing on me. One on my legs, one kind of here on my face. Hopefully you can't really hear it. But yeah, it's going to be hot. Just like we are sat inside, as you say, Crimson Shadow, sat inside cockpit of the car itself. Good to see you here. It's good to see you as well, Dort. Hope that you guys had a good weekend, and hopefully you're all locked and loaded, ready for tonight's action. Right, here we go with our first banker lap. Try and get a decent one in. And hopefully we can get ourselves in a good position, like we did last Thursday, before the start of the race. We started on pole. Hopefully we'll have a much better start this time than we did last week, though. So I had a slow reaction to the lights, which actually cost me the lead going into turn 1, and I was down in P3 after the first corner because both P2 and P3, Dixon Chen and Luca, both jumped me. So, yeah. Not the best of starts, but they had an incident on the first corner on lap 2, so that gifted me the race win, basically. Hopefully we can keep ourselves out of trouble. This one will likely be a bit more action-packed than last Thursday's was, providing there's no incidents. And the question is, what sort of pace does Bonani have? He is usually very, very quick and usually just disappears off into the distance, so I'm kind of expecting that, but if he does have any issues, I want to be there to try and capitalise on them. First though, we've got to build the temperature in the tyres, try and get in some good laps. Track limits are a thing that we are going to need to watch out for here in this race as well. Pretty easy to pick up in a couple of places, so we need to be very much wary of that. Avoid exceeding track limits unnecessarily and picking up unnecessary penalty points. Thank you very much for the well wishes, Free Miner. Good to see you here, and thank you again for your continued support here, being a member on the channel, part of the pit crew. Anyone else who fancies joining can do so via the join button just down below the video feed. And at some point soon, we'll start up with some videos and you'll start to get the benefits of what being a member here on the channel actually entails. 2 barbecues in the last couple of nights. Times are good. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, I was at a barbecue last night, which is good, although I didn't really eat much because me and the family went and had afternoon tea. Very, very posh, I know. For my mum's retirement celebration in the early afternoon, and I was quite full after that. Right, do need to focus a little bit here and try and bang in some good laps. 35 degrees in the rig. Oh, that's horrendous. I know in the flat it's like 28.5, 29 degrees, but I've got the door closed to the rest of the flat, trying to contain all the heat here in this room. Having a pregnant wife who is 7 months pregnant at this point, only 2 months to go. She is not enjoying the heat, so she's been at her mum and dad's all day enjoying the weather here this bank holiday whilst I've been working. Could have taken a day off if I wanted to, but I quite enjoy working the bank holidays because it then allows me to use that holiday allocation at another point throughout the year. Going for LMP2 setup guides. Oof. There might be 1 or 2 setup related videos, but they'll be generic things, not necessarily specific cars. Right, how much of a jump in lap time has Bonani made here? 51.3, 51.9, provisional P2, but there is definitely more time to be found. Try and push on a little bit more here. Build on the lap time that we've already initially set. Because, yeah, other people will be going faster. Not the best of line there. Through the second part of Beckett's purple in sector 1, though. It's just the rest of the lap that we'll be missing out on, and we are shy of the apex. That is, yeah, costing us on the exit. It's a much better run through there. Yeah, Alice would be taking it. We do have quite a nice fan that does move a lot of air very, very, very quickly and does make things feel a lot cooler. And I did have it initially in the room, but hot air has kind of been trapped in here all day because of very high ceilings. And she specifically asked me to move that fan out of this room so she can use it when she gets back home in the next hour or so. And I'm not going to argue with a pregnant lady. Alright, we're 3/10 off Banani at the moment. I think it's going to be very, very hard to actually get there and match him on that, but it's quite nice that we have got to where we are with a mid 51.3. I think that's quicker than what we did last Thursday. That was much tidier. That was much better as well. Come on, car. I'm just pushing a little bit too hard there. Into that braking zone. Otherwise, we were quite nicely up by 3/10, as you can see, which may have put us on pole if we could convert on the rest of the lap. Saving grace about having that spin is that obviously this lap is pretty much null and void, and we can take that wider line coming through the final turn and try and line ourselves up for a better exit to start the lap. But we're going to do exactly that. Take the wide line through here as well, try and build as much speed before we actually cross the line. Oh, we just committed a little bit too hard to turn one there. Dixon Chen's just gone ahead. We weren't beating Banana anyway, not with a 50 point. Not with a 50.5, that's a little ridiculous. Shame, but never mind. It is what it is. We can work with that. That's all good. Right, I'm going to hide the setup there here because I don't want to be giving away any secrets to anyone who may potentially be lurking. Go ahead and set. Everything else, making sure it's all good, ready to go for the start of the race. Right, here we go. Right, BRB. I'm going to go quickly. Try to go wee. Alright, we're back. Yeah, Banani's stupid crazy quick. So if he doesn't win tonight, I'll be very surprised. But obviously, say anything can happen.
Teams and drivers go to the grid for a race start.
Anything can happen. Right, we have the fresh tyres. We are still starting P3. It's good. Everything else is all set, ready to go. The race. Yep. Right. Should be back on the game now, rather than looking at me. Just me, shall I say? Right, we are set. Ready for this. Again, the light has decided to turn itself off for whatever reason. Oh, yeah. Hey, old monkey. Well, old money, sorry. Old money. JP. Yeah. How's it going? Yeah, I'm subconsciously preparing myself for that.
Formation lab has started.
Oh dear. Something happening between LMP2s already. That was not scary and terrifying at all. What was all that about? And then they go again. Coming back up once more. Right. Let's see if we can survive an hour and 40 minutes without sweating too much, crashing, making any silly mistakes. Hopefully it goes nice and smooth, like the race did last week. Alright, here we go. Getting ready.
Green flag, green flag.
Right, much better start than last time. Straight away. Very cautious there into turn one, but that's fine. We're a little bit defensive to the car behind. Oh, there goes an LMP2 dying. Just gotta be careful with the car on cold tyres. So as you can see, low grip in places. Oh dear, it's all kicking off in LMP2. So far, so good in LMP3 it looks like. Looks like everything's being clean so far. Obviously, I want to be finishing ahead of Dixon Chen, but we've got a long way to go in order to do that, so just going to settle in here. Try and stay close with him. See how this race unfolds. Car behind, going wide. Here comes Minio. gonna let him go on through. Come on, car, settle in. I remember this guy from last Thursday. He was, as he's doing now, sticking fairly close in the opening laps. But ultimately we did have a pace advantage over him and pulled away throughout the course of the race. Now I am running a slightly different setup to what I was running Thursday as well. Just to try and give us some potential pace a bit further into the race, because it felt like after a bunch of laps in and you got over the best of the tyres, it was quite understeery in a lot of the high-speed stuff. So the car is a bit more nervous than it was last Thursday. But as I said, once the tyres and everything are up to temperature, we should settle into the groove of things and the car will settle down. So it's like Dixon Chen's ran wide somewhere on that previous lap. Actually got himself some track limits points already. A bit deep. Do you remember, I'm not on quali fuel anymore. Hey Luca, thanks very much, mate. Not fancy tonight? Or you're not able to race? Oh, you're at the beach for a couple of weeks. Very nice. Beach stream. I prefer dropping 2 first gear in the exit there of left field. It just seems to kind of hold the car a little bit more stable than it was just then. Kids are in LMP2, interesting. We seem to be very, very good in the first sector. Just elsewhere on the lap. much better run through that corner that time. That does feel safer. So I managed to keep it legal. Again, purple. That's good to know that we got the pace in the in one of the areas that you do need it in order to start making overtakes, because Stowe Corner that we just went through there is the first like real overtaking opportunity on the lap. Then here is another one. So if you're good in the first sector and then down that straight, you can bring yourself into a position where you can potentially start to make moves. Especially if I can keep close through the rest of the lap as well. Weren't quite as tidy through turn 1 that time. And a fraction late. Just like last week, managing the traffic is going to be crucial when the LMP2s arrive. Fortunately, we won't have the protection of being in P1 like we did last week. So, I'm expecting them to be a little bit more aggressive than they were last time. Andre's got some good consistency here, it seems. And then yeah, we just need to pick our moments with the GT3 traffic, and that first time going through is always a little bit crazy, especially as we'll have the LMP2s and the GT3s at the same sort of time. At least that is how it played out last week. So yeah, lost 3 tenths that time round. So that's usually a big warning when it goes orange like that. There on the exit of turn 1, just for going barely a foot over the white line. Frustrating. Is that a car behind? Looks like it, yes. Yeah. Ah, Nurgard is the one who spun. He's in the pits. Seems like. Maybe he's out the race? Or did he do something like forgetting to change his fuel from qualifying to race? Hey Jensen, how's it going? Hopefully you're not too hot. Crackle's concerning me a little. God. He's there right on the back of E4. And I think he has pace. He has just dropped off the back of P4 a little bit. Yeah, a little bit like that. Settle in. Try not to let the heat get to me too much. P2s are coming. 5 laps or so. Looks like Gamble's right there with Jodie. 21 degrees here now. London at 30. Yeah, it's 32, 33 where we are here. It's probably just as hot here in the room. say, I've had the blinds and the windows closed all day trying to keep that hot air out, but with the PC running all day, working, and the PC being under load, working on game content and stuff, it's gotten warm. Really good on the entry, and then piss poor through the middle. Just lost 2 tenths there, or a tenth and a half. That's our first GT3. Okay, Crackle's dropped off back of P4 by a fair amount. It's nice, less of a concern there. Him potentially becoming an issue going forwards. Copy. Pretty close together, the top two. This is better. They'll both get us here on, they'll both get me on this straight, which is nice. Not going to be impeded or slowed down by them in any way. Other than missing a turning point for the corner and having to compensate because of that. Andre's just lost a ton of time there. Jade kind of forcing it down the inside a little bit, but he did have Gamble right behind him, so he kind of had to do it in a way. Brought us back to within a second. It's now closing in on the back of the GT3 train. First of 3, it looks like. So, things are going to get real interesting now. I'm not going to get Barrow before this corner. Oh, you had to guess. You had to go deep, didn't you? Yeah, GT3 traffic do be doing that. Not awkward at all. Right. Traffic. Taketh, traffic giveth. Thankfully we cleared those GT3s before Magus and Beckett's here. That was absolutely vital. Ah, oh, Cascatel, you're doing an absolute favour here. Thank you. That's brought us right onto the back of Dixon Chent. Don't do it, Benji. You did it. Oh, you... Not fighting for position or anything. Come on, James. You could have given us space there on the outside in the approach to sorry, fail. It's a fail chicane. And that would have been a hell of a lot less awkward than it was. Why are you looking inside, Torres? Thomas, sorry, not Torres. I saw a red car. Or it was Torres. Oh, yeah. Just about managed to pull it back online. Ay, ay, ay. Could get interesting for Andre in front. Next few corners. He's going to close up a lot through these two. And they're in the braking zone for the two hairpins. Jeez, he's not as close as I was expecting him to be. So he's alright, he's been pretty much unaffected there. Here comes Torres. Torres is racing tonight. Both of these LMP2s should get us. Please. No, just the one. Okay. This is going to end up 3 wide. Oh. He's going that way. Not too bad. But you so could have gone there. Why are you going there that late? Oh, Dixon Chen's off. We're through. Traffic, give a tracker. Traffic, taketh. Remember, lap 16, we'll take a look to see what happened there. So yeah, remember that one, guys. Lap 16, Dixon Chen. He's dropped all the way down to P5 now as well. That's crucial for us. It's a very big help. Heat stroke check. I'm all good for the moment. It's hot, but it's not unbearable. It's not as bad as I was expecting it to be. Purposefully go deep here. It's actually cost a bit more time than I was wanting it to, but it's the safer way. Andre lost 25 points for the spin. Oof. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. He wasn't really there with any real sort of overlap to make that move. Crackles had another moment, so lap 16, lap 17. He's lost a lot of time now. He's now dropped to 9 seconds behind us. Definitely get one. I don't think I'm going to get the other. This is going to be a little bit awkward here. Oh my god. Okay. That was not what I was expecting for that GT3. Jesus, coming. Yeah. If only Jesus did something about Banani. Six seconds up the road. Gained a bit of time on it, though. Are we, aren't we? Not. Oh, I made that a bit awkward for myself. I should have just been patient and waited. That was a little silly of me. Either that or start the run approach a little bit earlier so that past the Porsche a bit sooner. Just going to set this one up as well. Hopefully that one was a fairly small one. Okay, that could have gone around the outside there. Didn't think it was worth it. Never mind. Oh, that's a little deep. Right, all the GT3s cleared. Try and run away a little bit to the cars behind. Banani picking up the pace. At the moment, we're still on target with the race strategy that I had calculated. Obviously, traffic affects pace a fair amount, so Banani, although it's been very, very quick and clear air, has obviously had a whole bunch of laps hindered, and it's keeping the average lap time in and around where I was predicting it to be. Can anyone remember how many points I scored last Thursday for winning this round, or winning this race, when we did that attempt? I'd be curious to see what the difference is coming P2 here this evening, if we can finish in the place. 320 something. Yeah, I thought it was kind of around 323, 330. I don't remember it being like 340, 350 like it sometimes is when we have a few more higher rated drivers in. But we do have Bonani, who's gold, Andre Dixon Chen, who I believe is silver 3, as is Nergard. I think Fox is kind of high silver 2, maybe a silver 3. Not entirely sure on that, but yeah, there's one, maybe two higher rated drivers here this evening, so hopefully that does pull the amount of potential points up higher. And yeah, Nergard has retired from this race, so don't have to worry about them being a threat. They pitted on lap 7 and never came out the box. Try and pick up the pace a little bit again. P3 has managed to get within 3.5 seconds of us now. Oh, that's a horrible turn 1. Now to go. Much better first sector. Damn, I gained another half second. Majardia and Gamble again. Oh, Gamble's pitting. Okay. Don't have to worry about him then. Hopefully the two guys behind do start fighting and lose time. It's much better Magnus and Beckett's there. Oy, oy, oy. Alright, hold. Extending the gap back out to 4 seconds, sorry. From about 3 seconds. It's going down to about 3 seconds if I remember right. Bit of frustrating. Let's do quite a lift there because of how much that does give you in terms of penalty points. Very easily goes from yellow to orange. Oh, thank you, Dor. Do you think it's worth trying to extend fuel on this stint just out a little bit? 9.6, 9.5 now. It's not really probably going to be worth it at this rate. So it was 0.2 down at the line. LMP3 should get us. If they do. Just going. That would have been too costly. Sitting in behind there with the other guys just 2.5 seconds back. Would have gained about a second on me quite easily. Understood. Trying to pull away from them again. It's nice. I think traffic is had a helping hand in extending the gap a little bit. And a flying up in front. Ah. No. Jesus. Even though you try and give up so much time there, it still doesn't clear. This track limit system really does need some work. I have tried staying on track, yeah. Still, every now and then, you do wonder a little. As you saw, it was only just over the lines. So, it wouldn't have been much of a gain, if anything. That's me. Apologies. Sneezing down the microphone there. Oh, Charlie and Gamble fighting. I don't want to get involved. was crucial there. Passing that guy, because now he's going to hold up. P3 behind us coming through this sequence of corners. Does his best to try and push through there. Extend a little. Alright, some of these cars up in front are LMP2s, so don't need to worry too much about the massive trail of tail lights. And there are a couple of GT3s there, but not too badly spaced. This isn't ideal. Probably the best I could have done in that situation. Oh. So contact in the rearview mirror there. Lap 34. Please don't do it, Alex. Yes, it does. Alright, now the guy behind is less than a second. Ah. Others around us pitting. That's going to help us out here. I will stick with 53, just to be sure. That's us. Pretty safe there on the pit entry. Could have been a little bit more aggressive, but rather that. And be sorry. It's going to be... Oh no, good stuff. We're not fighting. Oh, that was a bit of a relief. I was going to say that's going to be very, very close. How much breathing room do we have? About 3 seconds. Okay. We can work with. We're a second quicker in the pit stop. LMP3 was 2 seconds quicker than Dixon Chen. We just need to be good from here on in. Not a good turn one. Oh, spinning GT3. Had to pull a little bit tighter there just to make sure they didn't get collected or anything. Try and hold that gap around 3.5 seconds. I think Banani is losing a bit of time. Yeah, he's working through traffic and getting impeded by LMP2s currently on this lap. Yeah, he did a 54.1 on the previous lap. We're gaining a little bit of time on him here in this one. Though we're going to lose out a bit here with this GT3. Quite as clean as I was and smooth as I was hoping it to be. Yeah, I think he lost a fair amount of time in the pit stop. 4 seconds he lost to us from pit entry to pit exit. Right, hopefully James will give us some space this time. Indeed it does. Jody and Gabriel still fighting. This is going to be interesting. Getting close. Crucially, we pulled over a second on P3 there on that lap. Despite the traffic interference. 3 temps. Okay, it's back up 3 temps again. So the delta between myself and P3 just fluctuating a little bit strangely in places. This is not what I want with this GT3 here. Just about a second. Coming to lift. Oh, they're going to have to overtake this traffic too. Ah, thank you very much. That's very kind of you, Netto. Letting us take the inside line there. Seven temps down. Nearly a second down on Andre. Andre's pushing. But Andre will also have to deal with that traffic. P3's lost a whole chunk of time here on this lap. It's giving us some lovely breathing room. No doubt traffic interference causing that. .559, geez. Bit cheeky of me, that. Feeling good. Not swaying too bad. Car feels in a good place. We have a lap worth of fuel in reserve. Pace is okay. I'd like it to be quicker and clear air, but we seem to be doing better managing the traffic in comparison to others around us. Oh, Dixon Chen's now in third. Something's happened to the Duquesne driver. Ujunpa? I think that's how you say his name. Been holding off trying to say it all race just because I'm absolutely terrible at pronouncing names and words. I didn't want to absolutely butcher it like I probably just did. Oh. Fun. Thomas was just being a little impatient there with me passing the GT3 at the same time. Obviously, they're MP3, they're trying to hold on to that position as Wendler's only about 3.5, 4 seconds behind him. So, although they may not necessarily be close, Wendler may be closing in, and he's obviously trying to push to hold on to that final podium spot. Oh, sorry. Probably could have moved over a little quicker there. I was expecting them to slip on past though. We get this GT3. Oh, just about. Oh my god, that was very, very close and tight. Sorry, Muscle. I made that a bit awkward for us. I was kind of half expecting him to lift, and alas, they did not. Still, we got through unscathed. Neither did they, so... Well, they didn't get hurt, so... It's not too bad. Comes Torres. Is he looking? Yes, he is. He's going. Right. Although it wasn't the best lap time because of the traffic, Andre's now got to deal with a load of that. and he's going to be doing so whilst going through that sequence of corners that we've just been through there, which quite easy to lose a lot of time unless you're able to pass GT3s pretty smoothly and quickly. Still, 8 seconds. It's a nice, lovely buffer. Just held onto the brake there a little bit too much. Rear end almost started to go. That's close. Can't let mistakes start seeping in now. We've had a good, pretty much flawless race. Sail back in again. Back into the flowing rhythm. What you want me to do? I'm trying to pass traffic here. Flash at me. Your job to pass traffic safely. I was passing that guy. Of course I was going tight. Unless that wasn't a flash of an apology. So I won't get too mad. Thankfully, it didn't really hurt us there. Yeah, we lost a bit of time and we've got some damage on the rear now, but that damage is likely going to be cosmetic rather than actual physical damage, and it didn't upset us, or spin us out, or wipe out the other GT3, so that's the key thing. Boothby's dropped behind Gulf. I was not expecting that when we passed the GT3 leaders earlier. In fact, I think I've only passed Boothby once. Otherwise, not really seen him here in this race. If he didn't want us to go. We had to go at some point. Hopefully it's not interfered with their battle too much. Doing. Flash is not an entitlement to pass. He's diving in from so far back. It's just being stupid and trying to piss me off. Not awkward at all. Nope, we got through unscathed without any damage. Yep. Through that door. Oh, that is the last lap. Good. I get a little bit worried there. Just over a lap's worth of fuel. Can't finish any worse than P3. Was a little bit unnerving. Ooh, Jardier winning the race, beating Gamble. Oi, P3. 3, 2. P2, 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 P2. We got P2. Nice one, Banani. Although there's Dixon Chender and Donuts there, but congratulations to Banani anyway. Oh, dearie me. Oh, that was some good fighting. Very, very happy with that race. Pretty much zero mistakes throughout the race, despite the heat. I'm actually impressed with myself. Yeah. That water's getting a little warm, despite having some ice cubes in it at the start of the race. Let's take a look at all the standings and everything else like that. See what's happened after that race, how many points we actually scored, and we may actually now pop up into gold. So we're right on the cusp, very, very close. Indeed we do. Yes, excellent. Happy with that. Jumping up into gold 1. Just a low impact, but that's good. Oh, thank you very much, Taylor. How many points did we score? 338. So I think that was an improvement over last week. So how do we stack up? Yeah, 338. Oh, we do drop behind Banani. And he will still be ahead of us when we lose the best round. I mean, he has been winning pretty much every single race. He even has a minus 25 point penalty. I don't know if that's actually come into effect as of yet, but one round to go. It's very, very close between the two of us. And Boyle's not raced this week, so he will drop down 2 points. So yeah, looks like it's mostly a fight between myself and Banani then. Obviously beating the British nationality there, and then manufacturer Banani will be ahead of me because we're both in the same car. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And then next week will be Spa. Yeah, so this Thursday will be the first attempt at it. However, as I said earlier on in the live stream, I'll be away in Exeter, so I won't be able to do that race. So I'll have to do it on Monday when I get back. It's one of our good friends' wedding that weekend. Someone who does tune in here on the stream is a member. But yeah, looking forward to that. That should be good fun. Hopefully it'll be a fair bit cooler next week. Hoping that it's starting to cool down outside and we'll get some cooler air starting to waft in to lift up the blind a little bit here. But let's take a look at the replay, see what unfolded in the opening lap. I believe it was lap 16 that we needed to take a look at. And then there was one or two other incidents that I needed to look into. I wanted to take a look at Alex passing us there on lap 51. And I want to say in and around like lap 40 or something like that. Something else happened as well. Was this just this guy having a weird laggy moment or something? Ooh. Okay, interesting. Wrong button, there we go. Right, this time we were much better at the start than we were last week. Last Thursday. I reckon we probably could have been closer to Banani up in front. Put Andre under a bit more pressure, but weren't really going to be challenging into the first corner. It's a little too difficult. Not enough of a braking zone. So, what happened to the LMP3s in front? Oh. Wow, from P3. Ibrahimi, caught the curb on the inside. Yeah, he just dragging the brake through here, so all the weight is there on the front, and then this curb is actually quite grabby in the LMP2s and the hypercars. It's not too bad in the LMP3s. It does pull you in a little bit, but it's quite small. And then I think the GT3s are right, because GT3s just monster and eat curbs anyway. But yeah, that definitely would have unsettled him there, and off he goes. So I think that was the only incident. Although things quite feisty and close here between these two. 3 wide, casually as you do. That one. And we all survived that corner. This corner, I don't think it did. Oh, no, it's up in front. It was Torres on Minio. He did apologise for that. I remember seeing in the chat. That sucks and quite unfortunate. So it does clear Banani fairly comfortably. I don't think there was anything else in front of us. Not at this point. So what happened to this guy at the start then? Hello, monster start by that. Very good reaction to the lights, and then seemed to get a good drive, much better than this guy here, or squeezing 3 wide, or... Okay, we managed to keep it on the track. At this point, 3 wide again though. Oh, no, he just... Yeah, it just gets tagged. Does he even turn? Why are you not turning, my guy? I mean, you are now, but... Yeah, just in well wide of the apex there. Oh, and another half spin as well. And then parks it by the looks of things. Oh, that was a whack. Rejoin in. I mean, Neto's got cars on his outside here, on his left. He's going to be pretty loaded up at that point. Unfortunate. Right. Dixon Chen, lap 16. So myself and Andre here just filtering through the traffic. Obviously, we've closed up a little bit of ground on Andre as we're going through all of this. And then that's a bit bold, runs a little bit deep, gets very loose, manages to gather it back up, and has another huge wiggle as well. It cost him even more time, hence why he dropped back 2 places. 1 for now, and then I think Crackle gets him. Yeah, Crackle goes with Descent. Separated with traffic here. And all momentum's gone. That was unfortunate for Andre because I think he had good pace. Oh my god! Good thing we kept watching. I think it's fair enough going down the inside here, but he's gone way too deep and then panicked because he probably thought it was going to hit P3 and just about avoids making contact with them, but at the same time gets spun by the PT3 there. Very, very close stuff. Is there anything else that kind of interesting happened in the opening segment, or is it kind of later on? Oh, we got that bump with... This was an interesting moment with these GT3s. Obviously, they're both fighting. We had that bump with Minio as well a few laps ago. And then I wanted to try and go around the outside of them both, but Boofby didn't really... It did and didn't. I thought it was coming across as if saying, don't go down the outside of me here because I want to try and challenge the car in front, so I settled him behind. Then... Very, very close between myself and Boofby. Nope, wrong button. Did kind of go for a move. Tried to go around the outside there. Trying to switch back. Oh, a little bit of contact between the two. Okay, that's why I settled down then. Curious about that. So I think it was on this lap that we had. Yeah. The bump with Minio. I mean, I was always coming in tighter, and I was trying to keep it also as wide as I possibly could. I think that might have been a sorry for Minio more than anything. Yeah, I realised it's just a little bit late. Curious as to how late this was from Alex. To me, it felt like a dive from way too far back. What's a bit of lag there between the two of us, it seemed. Or was it just a snap on the curb? I imagine it was. Oh, yeah. I'd say that's too far back. I say, I do remember another moment, kind of lap 14, 15-ish. Oh no, this was fine. Yeah, that was all good. And And that there helped us out. Oh, Cowley, I remember having a slight moment with him. Why did he just drive to the outside there, even though I was looking? It's a good thing I was kind of aware. And then, yeah, we made that awkward for each other. Sliding down the inside. Oh, LMP3, don't be going for moves there. Not ideal. Still, that was a good fun stream. I enjoyed that one this evening. That was a good race. Obviously, with Banani in the lobby, there's pretty much no way that we're going to be keeping pace, keeping tabs with him. He does seem like he's in a different league, but the championship fight does go on to the final round. Hopefully, we can have some good luck and some good clean racing next Monday, a week's time. We will be streaming tomorrow evening, unless it is absolutely scorching and ridiculously hot. Then I may think twice about streaming and doing the race tomorrow. But for now, I shall be doing it, and we'll be doing it in the prototype challenge. So it'll be in the LMP2 ELMS car. That'll be at I'm just taking a look to see where. I think it might be Paul Ricard. Indeed, at Paul Ricard. So that'll be an interesting race. But yeah, thank you very much everyone for tuning in this evening and supporting. Give the live stream a like if you haven't already. It'd be very much appreciated. And I look forward to seeing you all again. Hopefully tomorrow, if not next Monday. Till then though, have fun, stay safe, look after yourselves, and take care.